There's a hair on my... That is rude. Anyways, so my passions. Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of this series. Today we're going to talk about turning our passions into purpose. Today we're going to study what does it mean to find out your passion and to turn it into purpose. Also, we're going to talk about purpose very briefly at the end. The next episode we'll dive into it a bit more deeper. So the focus today is still on passion. If you haven't watched the last YouTube video, I highly encourage you to do so. The views just went up. I'm not gonna lie, this is just very new to me. The last time I uploaded, I had approximately like 70 subscribers. And then I uploaded this video 3 days ago, I would say. And I kept refreshing, and then I'm like seeing, okay, the views are going up. It was like pretty fast from like under 100 views to then 300, then 400. And now we're at almost 900 views and 107 subscribers. So welcome. I'm so like, guys, glory to God, because I did not expect this fast growth, and it's gonna stay like that because we're actually talking about meaningful things over here, and that's why we attract what we are. You know, I'm attracting you, and you're here to learn things about life, about yourself, and that's why you pull up, and I'm grateful that you're doing so. So let's get into the video. Let's get into the topic today. I'm so excited to talk about it. Let's start with passions. As I said, I've talked about it in my last video. So if you don't really know what your passions are, how to ask yourself and how to discover them, I asked you a few questions that you can reflect on yourself for you to find out what your passion is. So as I said, watch it and then come back to this one because we're building on each episode. Let me give you a few examples of my passions. I always like to say that I have many passions, which is the case. So let me read out my passions because again, I got my notes over here. So yeah, traveling, speaking, as in consulting and encouraging, so basically what I'm doing right now, you know, languages and culture, writing, dancing, photo and videography, business, cooking and hosting people. And in that case, as we're talking about turning passions into purpose, my purpose, I love traveling to meet and connect with people from all walks of life. I'm also really like attracted towards international cities, reaching people through my lens with content creation, like photography, videography, putting my own aesthetic into it, and therefore attracting people that like my aesthetic and like to see the world through my lens. Also, helping others thrive in their businesses so they can thrive in life, which is why I started my agency as well. Although I haven't reached that purpose yet, I'm still getting there to help businesses thrive. And also community building and connecting people with each other. I love connecting people, just, you know, people that I love, and for them to just be friends or get along pretty well. I'm just sitting there like, you know, the best wing woman, sitting there and just watching and be like, yeah, much do people get along? I knew it. And yeah, finally, and this is what my personal brand is about on Instagram, especially helping you become the best version of yourself. Let's talk about the whole thing. Passions, right? It is important to understand that passions are changeable. So passions don't really stay the whole time. It's like you can be passionate about one thing and then, you know, you grow and you outgrow yourself, you get to experience new things in life, you get to experience new people, and then you just realize, okay, so I have a new passion coming up. You can kind of compare this to having a hobby. Like, for example, back then you had a passion, for example, to do music, and now you realize, I'm not really passionate about doing music right now, but it used to be a legit passion in the past. So it's kind of changing as you grow and evolve as well. Let's say the core of your purpose is like a magnet to all your passions. So here's your purpose, right? And your purpose is basically this whole magnet. And this purpose is your why. Purpose in general is your why, your reason why you're doing certain things, why you're passionate about certain things. It's like always rooted in your purpose. So here's your purpose. I don't know why it's a fist, but just get along with it. But here's the purpose, being a magnet, and everything that is connected to your why comes in form as a passion towards this magnet, and it just attracts. So let's stick to the example of you wanting to pursue music back then, and now you don't really do it, but you still kind of work in a social field. That would mean that you actually intended to write songs and to perform music to reach people, to spread messages, to make people relate with you, you know? And yeah, so it's actually based on your purpose, because passions are just, it's built upon that. So here's the thing, your passions actually come from a mixture of things: your talents, your skills, your education, your environment, your conditioning. And based on all of that, and that's also the reason why it's like still like evolving and growing with you, is because it gets influenced by your life and circumstances. Even your strengths and interests also influence passion a lot. Oftentimes we only think that passion basically is because we're interested in something and that's why we're really passionate about something. But oftentimes it's also because we're talented at it. Maybe we're gifted at it, which I've talked about in my last video as well. Also, which is a new thing which I've learned about, and prior to, writing my notes down for this video, I've watched a few videos before that, which I'm also going to link down in the description box, because again, I'm going to put some resources in the description box for you to check out and for you to just further the study of finding out what your passion and purpose is. The one thing the woman, I guess, said was it should actually, like your passions, pursuing your passions should make you feel nervous. And I was like, yeah, that kind of makes sense, because if it doesn't really make you nervous, it's not really like a passion thing. Because in order to live out your passion, you would have to kind of hit that new ground level, step out of your comfort zone to pursue this passion. You loved singing, but you didn't really pursue this passion because you didn't really show the world that you can sing. And the reason why you didn't do it is because you basically were nervous and thought, oh my gosh, no, I'm not really a singer, so let's just leave that aside. But it should make you feel like this, because it actually shows that it's actually significant and also opens new levels of experiences when you pursue your passions. And I thought that was really interesting because I see it that way for sure. For example, another passion of mine is traveling. What I used to start the first time in 2021, I guess it was like February 2021 was my first solo trip. And yo, you don't know how nervous I was. I was like, so I'm gonna get on this plane by myself, go to a country where I'm not really fluent in the language, which was Spanish, because I flew to Valencia, be there for, I guess, 5 days in an Airbnb, not knowing anyone. And later I actually, as soon as I arrived, I found out that I wasn't alone in this flat. And I thought, yeah, girl, the flat looked too good to just be like the whole apartment to yourself, especially for that price. But it was a beautiful apartment, and I shared it with 4 other roommates, and it was quite okay. It was like 3 older women, and I got along with them pretty well. So it actually also helped me to not feel so alone in Valencia. It is still a passion of me to travel, and each time I'm considering to travel, I get pretty nervous. You would also have to be open to change your passions as you grow. You can actually see passion as the igniter for your purpose. So let's say your purpose is a candle, and the purpose of the candle is basically to give light. And that's why the candle was made, because the candle is here to give warmth, to make you feel cozy, to give you light, and to get you out of darkness. But in order to light the candle, you need the passion, which will be your igniter to light the purpose. So yeah, I just thought about this example. I guess it's a pretty good metaphor for you to just visualize what it means, passion and purpose. Let's talk about another video that I found of Miles Monroe. Talked about him in my last video as well. Enter the name Miles Monroe on YouTube. Click through the videos that speak to you and give it a watch. I'm not gonna suggest you anything. Still gonna link a video or two of his, because yeah, I use them for my research for this video. Research him yourself and get inspired by his videos. He talked about purpose, right? He said your purpose is what makes you angry. Before we talk about this, let me just share a brief summary of what purpose actually is. I've already kind of talked about it, right? It's actually your why. So purpose is the difference and impact that you want to make in the world. And now how Miles actually talked about it is by saying that your purpose is what makes you angry. And I like that, because I was like, yeah, I get angry at a lot of things, and then realize, oh, okay, because it's a passion thing. The things that make me angry are when I see people having so much potential not using their potential because they don't know where to start, or they being lied to by society, telling them you shouldn't pursue your passion, your dreams, your purpose, because you're here to work and to pay your bills and to stay on track and just be one of a million, one of a billion, and not fulfill your life's desires. I'm so against this, because this is a lie. This is simply a lie that people unfortunately are living. So he said your purpose is what makes you angry. That means you have a burning desire to fix this problem, to solve this problem, because we're all created to solve problems. So ask yourself, what makes you angry, as in where do you want to see change? And I like that. So what makes you angry because you want to see change in that? Do you get angry when you see people mistreating other people? Do you get angry when you see women earning less than they actually deserve? Not only because men earn more, but just in general. Because, for example, some women don't operate in knowing their worth and act accordingly, and therefore earn less. It could also be women being in businesses and not knowing how to fight for what they're worth money-wise, because they're always giving discounts and avoiding talking about money, which, not gonna lie, is also me, but we're working on it. So things that just really upset you, bother you, and ask yourself, how come? And then you realize, oh, okay, I guess that really could be my purpose, because it does annoy me. I want you to get out paper and pen. I want you to get out your phone and your notes and whatever. You can just write these questions down, and I want you to reflect on it. So if you're next level, if you're taking this really serious, you can build up on that and not just reflect on it by writing everything down, by answering all the questions, which is already pretty good. Give yourself a round of applause for this one already. If you really want to put it on the next level, then you can actually already brainstorm on what you've wrote down. So you wrote down what makes you happy. You also wrote down, okay, you have experience in this. Now you can kind of already connect the dots with each other to find out, okay, so this is the potential direction it can go. If you did that, then give yourself another big round of applause. I'm gonna wrap this video up with questions that I want you to ask yourself. So ask yourself these questions in order to find out your passion, your purpose, and just to build on that. So let's go. Why do I want to get up every day and do the work that I want to do? In my case it's because I want to see a change in the world. I want to see people finally doing the things that they truly want to do, wake up happy, knowing that their life has a sense, knowing that they are here for a reason and act on that and actually impact society. So I just want to see women thriving. I want to see women doing the things that they really want to do, that they truly desire, and live out their natural talents, their gifts, their desires, and get that dream lifestyle, get that bag, like all of those things. I'm so here for this. Next question. What do I do that makes people feel great about themselves? Why is my dream important to me? What is that one thing that I've wanted to do for a while that I just can't stop thinking about? It could be many things. It could be that one trip that you wanted to take. It could be the course that is sitting in the back of your head the whole day and you wanted to pursue it, but you're like, oh, I don't have the time because work and uni and whatnot. And next one, what do I have experience in already that can support what I want to do? Oftentimes we kind of already have experience in certain things as we kind of dipped our toes into what we're passionate about and what we're considering in pursuing. So reflect on that. Which experiences do I already bring, or what did I come into contact with prior to, realizing, okay, this is a passion that I actually want to pursue? What lights me up, brings me joy, and even makes me a little bit nervous? Next question, what makes you happy? And I guess I put this at the end very intentionally because this sounds so general. I mean, what makes me happy? But let me just tell you that this question is pretty generic, but oftentimes we cannot answer this because we're so used to working on autopilot. We're so used to not really knowing how we feel because we're not connected with ourselves inwardly, that at the end we kind of don't really know what makes us happy, and that's why we can't pursue it and feel this void, feel this lack, feel this uncertainty, try to fill this gap with things that we think makes us happy but actually doesn't. So we turn to things that social media shows us, hence why I'm still on my social media break and I'm really enjoying it, and it really just brings me peace. And I'm still going strong, so I'm gonna continue my social media break until Wednesday, so 2 days left. And I'm enjoying the silence. I'm partly also enjoying the solitude. And yeah, so important. So ask yourself what makes you happy in order for you to find out what it is that you also really want to pursue as a passion. Well, guys, this is it for today's YouTube video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and stay tuned for the next one where we're really going to talk about purpose, because now we're kind of wrapping passion up. In the next episode, we're going to talk about purpose in depth, what it is, what does it mean, and yeah, just, talk about purpose, which is pretty important, and I'm really already looking forward to it. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this. Don't forget to click the description box down below to watch the videos that I've linked, and also don't forget the self-care planner, because I linked it down below again. And if you haven't heard about it yet, I created a self-care planner for my girls that are pretty much overworking and don't prioritize self-care because, things are busy and we neglect ourselves and make others a priority. You don't have to anymore, so you can download your free self-care planner. I also added a few self-care goals in case you don't know where to start. Have space for you to jot down your thoughts and track your mental health, your well-being, in order to become a better version of yourself. And yeah, also check it out. It's in the description box down below. download it. And also don't forget to follow me on my socials at Spirit Mata. Don't forget to check out my podcast, Redefine Talks. Last but not least, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified each time I upload. I hope you enjoyed it, and until next time then, guys, bye. You're loved.